Good morning, my dear students. Today, we will discuss about the minimum needs program and also 20-point program of India. The contents are as follow: objectives, principles, basic services, levels of primary health services, three-tier system, urban primary health care, health facilities in India, population norm and status, components, rural health and nutrition and their objectives by 2000 year, safe drinking water and lack of safe drinking water, deaths and diseases, and what are the norms of the water supply. This is regarding the minimum needs program. We'll discuss about one by one. It is also called as basic minimum service program, minimum needs program. It was introduced in first year of the fifth five-year plan, that is 1974-78. So what are the objectives? The objective number one is to provide certain basic minimum needs to all people and thereby to improve the living standards of the people. And also it's of the expression of the government to render benefits related to social and economic development of the community, particularly the underprivileged population. Underprivileged means here underserved, inaccessible, tribal, and also hilly people, all these areas people, and also the category of people, underprivileged. Coming to the basic principles, there are two basic principles are there. One is to reduce the disparity, another is to have an impact. So how to reduce the disparities? The facilities should be made under MNP to be first provided to those areas which are at present underserved, so as to remove the disparities between different areas, maybe hilly, plain, or other tribal areas. The difference should not be there because of the provision of the services, facilities. The second one is the facilities under MNP should be like a package to an area through an intersectoral area process, so that a greater impact will be seen after implementation. So these are the two basic principles. And there are basic services identified priority attainments. So what are the basic services under MNP? Around 7 basic services are there. One is safe drinking water, another is primary health services, another is universalization of primary education. So the universalization is everybody. Then safe drinking water, 100% coverage, especially rural, urban slums, and also elementary education apart from the safe drinking water, and about adult education. So education, not only elementary but also adult education and also slums. The second category is the 100% coverage of primary health services, facilities in rural and urban areas. 80% of the healthcare needs can be met by primary healthcare infrastructure. So that is very essential. Primary healthcare infrastructure includes sub-center, primary health center, and community health center. Whereas remaining health services can be rendered by the secondary tertiary, that is 20% by secondary and tertiary. So the primary, especially 80%, and the 20% by secondary and tertiary. Then the other one is public housing assistance to all shelterless poor families. So public housing assistance by the government, and also extension of midday meal program primary schools to all urban blocks and rural slums and disadvantaged sections. So urban blocks, rural slums, disadvantaged sections, the midday meal program in primary schools should be established, extended. Then provision of connectivity to all unconnected villages and habitats. So connectivity means here by physical, that is the road, and also whatever that is there, maybe water, by water, maybe boats and train, by if there is a train facilities. But usually the roads, remote areas, inaccessible areas, that is the connectivity. Then public distribution system should be streamlined, especially focusing on the poor. So public distribution system, everything, maybe like rice, dal, whatever it may be, or daily routine use of the people. Coming to the primary health service, there are 3 levels are there: primary health center, sub-center, community health center. Primary health center, the infrastructure by the integrated approach. Integration means all services like promotive, preventive, curative, rehabilitative services together as an integrated package. Then sub-center, most peripheral area of our country which render the health services in remote areas or villages. So this is the sub-center. Then another one is the community health centers to the population close to their residence. So which are very close to the residents of the villages, community health centers. Then rural primary health care. These are also 3-tier system, same thing, sub-center, primary health center, and community health center. Sub-center is the most peripheral healthcare delivery service, and it is manned by multi-purpose worker, mostly female and ANM. And there are around 1,44,988 sub-centers are there during 2016, and it is by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the state government. They have to bear the sub-center rent and cognizances and other medicines, whatever it may be, they have to provide. Then coming to the primary health center, manned by medical officer and supported by 14 paramedics and 1 referral unit, that is PHC for 6 sub-centers, and around 22,669 during 2006. These are the number of PHCs in the 2006. Community health center, it is manned by 4 medical specialists: surgeon, physician, gynecologist, and pediatrician. So surgeon, any emergency operations; physician, emergency cases, routine cases; gynecologist for obstetric and gynec services; and also pediatrician, newborn, and also neonatal care and child care. Coming to the paramedics, and also beds, around 30 indoor beds, IP beds are there, 1 OT, 1 X-ray, 1 lab room, 1 laboratory room for lab facilities. So these are the other facilities in the community health center. Then referral center, 1 community health center has a referral center for 4 primary health centers. This is funded by state government under MNP. And CHCs are around 3,910 during 2006 year through Social Safety Net Program. So this is called as SSNP, which provides quality of service, social safety also. Then coming to the urban care, especially primary health care, this is called as UPHC, that means urban primary health care. During 9th plan to provide basic and primary health, family welfare. So this is the service to the population within 1 to 2 kilometers of their dwellings. So population is around 1 to 1.5 lakhs population, and distance is around within 1 to 2 kilometers of the residence of the people. And posts are one health and family welfare post for around 10,000 to 15,000 population. Just a minute, 1 minute. Please, please bear with us. 1 minute. Suddenly, they disappeared. So coming back, so this is the urban primary health care. This is also called as UPHC. So it covers people of around 1 to 1.5 lakh population, distance within 1 to 2 kilometers. For every 10,000 to 15,000 population, one ANM will be there, and also one male multi-purpose worker will be there. Helper also will be there. And universalization of primary education. So universalization also should be there. Then 83.4% of habitants are served by primary school within 1 kilometer walking distance. Centrally sponsored schemes are Blackboard, nutrition and health, and nutrition education, and teachers training and nutritional education. This is the Blackboard program, which is especially funded by the central government. Nutrition objectives. One is to extend the benefit to the 11 million eligible persons, and to expand SNP, that is the special nutrition program, to all ICDS projects, and to consolidate midday meal program and to link it to health, potable water, and sanitation. So there are three objectives: extension of eligible persons, expansion of special nutrition program, and consolidation of midday meal program. So coming to the health facilities in India, as per the National Health Policy, during 1993, later 2002, later 2017. Then what is the population norm and what is the status? So population norm for 1 per 3,500 doctors, then later 1993, 1 per 2,439 doctors population ratio. At present, it should be 1 per 1,000. It is recommended as per the central government. Then coming to the nurse midwife, 1 per 5,000, 2020. And 1 per 6,172, 1993. Staff nurse or nurse, 174 during 2019. And at the district healthcare level, 119 to 135 during 2019. So these are the various years and various staff members. Coming to the hospital, there are around 13,692 during 1997. These are the numbers. Bed per lakh population or 70. So 70 beds for every 1 lakh of population. And also village health guides, 2 per 1,000 population are recommended. Health facility in India. Population norm and status. Previously, trained dyes were there. Now, trained dyes are removed by ASHA, because institutional delivery almost is a must for all mothers during pregnancy and also delivery in the public health institutions. That's why trained dyes are removed by ASHA, and ASHA requirement is 1 per 1,000, and present 1 per 3,000. But now the requirement is 1 per 1,000. Village health guides 1 per 1,000. Village health guides are 1 per 1,000, and these are also removed. Village health guide system also removed by ANM. That is by ASHA. So average number of sub-center in PHC 5.68. So for every PHC, sub-centers are needed 5.68. For every 5.68 sub-centers, one PHC. And number of hospitals are there, 15,393. Bed per lakh population is 89. For every 1 lakh population, 89 beds are there during 2003. Bed density around per 100 population is 0.78. That means 0.78 beds are there per 100 population. These are all present in the Parks textbook, and also Jugal Kishore's textbook. Subcenters are 1,44,000 at present, 2005. PHCs are 22,000, 2005. And community health centers are 3,000 around 2005. These are all 2005 figures. Number of doctors per 1 lakh population is 70. Number of dentists per million population is 45. 2005 year. Number of Ayush doctors are 7,25,238 during 2007 year. Number of nurses are ANM 5,27,000. Number of nurses GNM 9,30,000. Number of nurses or lady health visitor 51,186. Number of paramedics are around 6,81,692. There are contents or components of the MNP. So how many components? How many components of the MNP? Rural health, basic water supply, rural electrification, elementary education, adult education, nutrition, environmental improvement of the urban slums, and also houses for landless laborers. So one is health, that is rural. Another is water, basic water supply. Another is electrification, rural electrification. And another is education, elementary education. And also another education, adult education, nutrition and health, nutrition education. And environmental improvement of the urban slums, houses for landless laborers. So these are the components of the minimum needs program. This may be very important as a small question. Two basic principles of implementation of minimum needs program: to provide facilities for underserved areas, to remove disparities between different areas. To remove disparities, provision of facilities are necessary for underserved areas. Then provision of facilities as a package through intersectoral area projects to have an impact. So by this package, and a great impact will be there on the people's life for improvement, and also by provision of facilities to underserved areas, and disparities can be removed. These are the two basic principles. Coming to the objectives: rural health by 2000 year, to achieve by the end of 8th 5-year plan, 1 PHC per 30,000 population plains, 1 PHC 20,000 population tribal and hilly areas, 1 sub-center for 5,000 population plains, and 1 sub-center for tribal and the hilly areas if the population is 3,000, and 1 community health center per 1 lakh population or 1 community development block. If it is rural hospital, um, that will be 1 lakh. If it is hilly and tribal area, population may be 80,000 only. Then upgradation of PHCs and construction of buildings under minimum needs program. So you have to upgrade the primary health centers, and also for that buildings to be constructed. Objectives are especially for nutrition under minimum needs program, to extend nutrition, to expand the SNP, to consolidate midday meal program. And what is NNP? National Nutrition Programs. SNP, ICDS component, midday meal program and national nutrition program for girls, especially women and child welfare departments, 64 grams grains to adolescent girls for less than 35 kilo, and pregnant women with less than 45 kilo weight, and also they should be below poverty line. So this is the program and their objectives. Deaths are more among children, especially caused by diarrheal disorders and respiratory tract infections. Then what are the causes? Especially poor sanitation, unsafe water supply. To avoid diarrheal disorders and respiratory tract infection, hand pumps should be provided for access to water. But there is another disadvantage is there. You cannot remove the chemicals. You can remove the other particles or other dust, but you cannot remove the chemicals like arsenic and fluorine by hand pumps. But for that, either you have to use aquaguard or reverse osmosis and some other procedures. And existing norms of water supply. So what are the existing norms? For rural areas, 40 liters per capita per day within 1.6 kilometers or 100-meter elevation. So it should be less than 1.6 kilometers and it should not be above 100 meters height. With cattle, suppose if they have the cattle also, 30 liters extra should be there. Urban with piped water, 125 liter per capita per day is necessary. Urban without sewage, 70 liter per capita per day. Urban with source, 40 liter per capita per day. Because there is a source is there, you can reduce the water supply from 70 to 40. One part source, 20 families within 100 meters distance. What do you mean by one part source? One usually in the villages, they will get the parts of water. So that should be chlorinated. Usually for part means 20 liters. So 500 grams of tablet will be enough for that. Then targeted PDS, 10 kg of food grains per month to BPL families, below poverty line families, during 1997. So public distribution system targets 10 grams of food grains per month and at subsidized price. Subsidized usually 40% of total cost, and sometimes to some subsidies above poverty line also can be given, around 80% subsidized rate also. Coming to the rural connectivity, what do you mean by connectivity? You know that connectivity means from one place to another place a person should go. Usually in the rural areas, roads should be available. So the aim is 85% connectivity should be by all weather roads. They should be connected, all villages, by all weather roads during winter, summer, and whatever the season is there. Coming to the housing, 13.66 million units shortage is there at present already. So more than 90% of shortage for poor and low income group should be provided because this much of shortage is there. Then the aim is houses for all and 2 million houses to be constructed immediately. So what is the document of the common minimum program? A common approach to major policy matters and a minimum program. So policy matters should be major and with a minimum program. This is known as common minimum program. It is a manifesto and agenda for action approach to socio-economic issues and political issues. This is by Government of India. This document was prepared. Department of Program Implementation of the Common Minimum Program is especially to have democratic rights to Jammu and Kashmir, electoral reforms bills should be present. This is the document produced by Government of India. So coming to the next topic. So far we have discussed about the minimum needs program. Coming to the 20-point program. So what are the contents? 20-point program contents are agenda and objectives, health related points, restructured points of the program, TPT program, TPP program, there is 20-point program. What are the 20 points? Revised TPP. This is TPP, this is not TPP, TPP. Achievements of TPP. In 1975, Government of India introduced the special activity. The agenda is for national activity to promote social justice and economic growth. So the activity at nation-wise is to promote social justice and economic growth. So justice to be done to each and everyone, growth, especially economic growth for all households, for all families. So restructure of minimum needs program 1987, 86, 20th August. So is a restructure of the MNP. So what are the objectives? To eradicate the poverty and to raise the productivity and to reduce inequalities and to remove social and economic disparities, to improve quality of life. So one is poverty, another is productivity, inequalities, and social and economic disparities, quality of life. Quality of life should be improved, social economic disparities should be removed, and poverty should be eradicated, productivity should be raised, and inequalities should be reduced. So these are there are 8 out of 20 points which are related to health, either directly or indirectly. Points are 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, and 17. This is as per the 20-point program. But the points one by one is here. Attack on rural poverty. That is number 1, which is related to health. If there is no poverty and their health and also directly related to the income and other facilities of the health. So in that way, it influences the health. Poverty influences the health also. Clean drinking water, of course. If the drinking water is not clean and potable, it may cause diseases like diarrheal diseases and also respiratory tract infections and also worm infestations. So if they have the nice clean drinking water safety, then the health system will be directly influenced. Health for all, of course. The slogan is health for all by 2000. It is already crossed, and also most of the health aspects are free to the people and also available, accessible. Then two-child norm. If the children are too much, the health of the women and also family members may be affected. That's why the two-child norm and also with spacing that gives direct influence on the health of the mother. So this is directly affecting the health. Expansion of education. So if the education is there, they will be aware of the health and disease. They will follow the nice lifestyles and quality of life. So that influences directly the health. and also indirectly also. Housing for the people. Housing is a must so that health and also safety will be there. So this is a both direct and also indirect influence the health. Improvement of slums. If the slums are too much, it is not improved, they will have the all the diseases. Drainage system may not be there, and also overcrowding will be there. Disease spread too much, especially communicable diseases. Protection of the environment. This is also very, very important. Environment influences for all the epidemiological aspects of agent transmission. Restructured 20-point program constitutes the charter. For the country's socio-economic development, it is the cutting edge of the plan for the poor. The 20 points are in the program are poverty eradication, power to the people, support to farmers, labor welfare, food security, housing for all, clean drinking water, health for all. So housing for all, health for all, clean drinking water for each and every one. Then education for all, welfare of scheduled castes, tribes, minorities, and others, women welfare, child welfare, youth development, improvement of slums, both in rural and urban. Coming to the 15th point of the 20-point programs, environmental protection and afforestation. So afforestation means planting of the trees and also remove the or reduce the deforestation. Social security for each and everyone, there is a social security should be provided. And rural roads for connectivity to all the rural villages and remote and inaccessible places. Energization of rural area. So that is the electrical supply and also electric points should be there. Units should be supplied. Lines should be supplied. So there is energization of rural areas. Development of backward areas and also IT enabled e-governance. IT enabled e-governance is nowadays very much important. During this time, the IT has a lot of advantages so that it won't spread the one person to another person like disease like corona and also other airborne or droplet nuclei infections. The restructured 20-point program constitutes the charter for the country's socio-economic development. So then what is the revised 20-point program? It is a centralized vehicle for socio-economic development. So it just uses like a vehicle for development of social and economic aspects, especially for the poor and also weaker sections of the society. Then what are the achievements of the 20-point program? So this may be asked as a small question like TPP achievements. That is the 20-point program achievements. Means Garibi Hatao, poverty eradication, around 1,57,498 lakh job cards are issued. So job cards, a lot of job cards are issued, and also a lot of mandates of employment generated under MNREGA, that is the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. As per this act, mandates should be given to the employment generation. And the objective is increase the livelihood security in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of guarantee wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. So all the households should be supplied the likelihood security, and minimum of 100 days guarantee wage employment, and the employment type is unskilled manual work. Then coming to the Kisan Mitra, support to farmers. Around 50 lakhs 21,000 hectares of wasteland developed and distributed to landless poor people. And also many Kisan credit cards issued. So Kisan credit cards around to 9.9 crore Kisan credit cards are issued. Coming to the third revised program is Sabke Liye Awas, housing for all. 98 lakhs 17,900 houses constructed in rural areas and 4 lakhs 40,000 houses in urban areas. So these many lakhs of houses were constructed both in rural and urban areas for Sabke Liye Awas. And Sudha Peya Law, that means clean drinking water. Under accelerated water supply program, 3.38 lakh habitations with water quality problems addressed. So these many lakhs habitations or habitants with water quality problems are solved. Coming to the fifth revised 20-point program is Jan Jan Ka Swast, that is health for all. Around 486.51 lakh individual household latrines. So these many lakhs of latrines in rural areas constructed under sanitation program. So this is called as Jan Jan Ka Swast. And also under this program, free ART, antiretroviral treatment for around 4 lakhs HIV/AIDS registered persons receiving the treatment. So this is another advantage is there. And 8 lakhs accredited social health activists, that means ASHA, and link workers given training under NRHM. So training for ASHA and also link workers, around 8 lakhs were trained. Coming to the sixth program, Sabke Liye Shiksha, education for all. Under Sarve Shiksha Abhiyan, 90% of rural population has a primary school within 1 kilometer. So within 1 kilometer, the primary school should be established. So under 90% of rural populations. Bal Kalyan, child welfare. Functional ICDS blocks are risen to 6,759. So these are the ICDS blocks for child welfare. Basti Sudhar, improvement of slums, 9.8 lakhs urban poor families assisted under 7-point charter. Improvement of slums, around these many lakhs of urban poor families were assisted. Coming to the Paryavaran Suraksha Evam Van Vriddhi, environmental protection and afforestation. Around 65 lakhs hectares of public and forest land brought under tree plantation, so that deforestation will be removed and reduced. Afforestation may be more and more, that may protect the environment and also other areas. Then Gram Sadak, rural roads, number 10th point. Around 2 lakhs kilometers of rural road constructed under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. So these many kilometers of rural road constructed. Gramin Urja, energization of rural areas. So around 14 lakhs pump sets energized. Around 14 lakhs pump sets energized, electric supply improved to 7 lakhs million units. So 14 lakhs pump sets for 7 lakhs million units electric supply. Then 12th point is skilled training of urban poor people for employment. So skill is very important for any job to be done with careful and also for the purpose identified, for the skill identified, for the durability is identified. So the skill is very important. Micro and minor irrigation. So what is micro irrigation? What is minor irrigation? Micro irrigation is a piped water supply. Here and there around each 1 feet there will be one hole through which a sprinkle of water will be coming, and also it reduces the water and also increases the water supply to the major areas of land. Suppose 100 liters of water or 1000 liters of water is necessary. Instead of 1000 liters, only 100 liters of water supply can be provided. The same products will be there, will be produced. And the water will be available mostly to the, especially roots and also roots of the plants and also ground area. That is the micro. Minor irrigation is there, especially those are nearer to the ponds and also uh, some water sources. And major irrigation is especially under the very big high hydel projects. So these are the differences. More agriculture shortage storage capacity was created. The storage should be there. Suppose agricultural products will be there, but if there is no storage, there will be the harvest may be very soon that will be discarded and wasted. So that is the advantage of storage capacity. Upgradation of backward areas and regions areas should be carried out so that they should have the connectivity of the road, they should have the water supply and also health facilities. So this is all for the present discussion. If you have any doubts, you can ask, or especially you should read about the two small questions are there. One is achievements of the TPP, that is 20-point program, and also components of the minimum needs program. These are very, very important as short questions that may come in the exam. Okay, thank you very much.
PowerPoint మామూలుగా సైట్ సెక్షన్
PowerPoint log పెట్టాను
కదనండి మాటలు స్లైడ్స్ కింద వచ్చేస్తాయి అంతే కదా
ఇట్ ఇస్ దట్ అరేంజ్ చేసేది నేను PowerPoint పెట్టాను స్లైడ్స్ కింద అలాగే వచ్చేస్తున్నాయి అబ్బాయి
అదే మామూలుగా చేంజ్ ఉండదు ఫార్మాట్ అలా నోట్స్ కింద వచ్చేస్తుంది
అంతే అలా నోట్స్ కింద వచ్చేస్తుంది
ఈజీ ఇలా నేను చేసేయగలను
ఎందుకంటే ఇది వాళ్ళకి ఈజీ చదవలేరు కమ్యూనిటీ మెడిసిన్ చెత్త సబ్జెక్ట్
నువ్వు ఇంకొక పని చేయాలి అది కట్టేసావు లేదా మన మాటలు వినపడకూడదు
గిరీష్ పరిస్థితిని ఎలా తెలుసుకోవాలి ఎస్పెషల్లీ నాకు ఉంది కదా నా ఫోటో వస్తుంది అంటే అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ దిస్ కమ్యూనిటీ మెడిసిన్ అంతా అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ ఇది ఎలా come out, how to come out of